Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So today's the day, it's here. It is now. We are doing the official review of the dbad Roughlander. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is going to end up, this is going to be something now that you can actually order from the Kukri House in Nepal. It's going to end up on the page, just not yet, but it will be there soon. I had to get out some pictures and video, things like that, before it can get on the page. But if you want one prior to it being on the Kukri House website under dbad Creations, all you have to do is reach out to me. You can email me, or you can get me on Facebook, Instagram, things like that. And I will just send you the art that is associated with this, and they will know exactly what it is and how to make it. You can just send it right into KHHI, or you can just wait until it's up on the website, which will not be too long. So, golly, I'm excited about this because this started out not as a knife that was going up on the website. This started out as just a knife that somebody wanted to see done. They said, "Hey man, can you do this?" And I said, "Yeah, I could design one like that." I did it. It's done. It came out. And the person who requested it requested one to have him made, one made for him specifically. But then he sent me one as well, and it is just freaking awesome. Let's go over this thing. It does have a Western style leather sheath, which is just built for strength and durability. It has this awesome leg tie. A lot of leg ties come out of the end of the sheath. What happens is, over time from using it, it ends up pulling the leather apart, and you get fraying right here, and it breaks your sheath at the end. Not Kukri House. This thing is riveted on there, not with one but two rivets, and it's solid. You do have a dangler attachment if you want to do that, or a molly attachment. You can use both of these, boop, to hook it up to your gear for molly. You have a dual snap configuration. Now, this one right here, or this one alone, is going to hold it on. I like the one up top. This is more like aesthetics. It just looks good. I think they put it on there for that, and it works. I mean, it looks good, and you can see it's not a separate piece. This thing is part of the sheath all the way through and around. Let's take a look at the through and around. So, man, I showed you the preview video, but we didn't do the let's take it out and bang it around. Today we got a little break in the rain. I was going to wait a few days, but since we have a break in the rain, we're going to go break some stuff. This is it. That's just some leather on there. There's not anything wrong with the edge. It is freaking beautiful. We are talking about 16¼ inches long of true full tang 5160 with a welded guard, and you have a hammer end that is just freaking massive. That thing is a hammer end. It's a beast. 9¼ inch blade. You have an oversized choil. It's a 1.5 finger choil, so you can choke up as tight as you want. Here, it doesn't matter. However you want to grip this thing, it's going to grip. You have the oversized fullers. It does a few things. It takes weight down. It helps for penetration and release, and it's called the blood groove. But really, for me, I love the way a fat fuller looks. I don't like skinny pencil fullers. Just not a fan. So you got that. You have a fully tapered spine, reducing the weight from this massive blade, making sure you have balance, proper balance, all the way through your swing. It makes it able to carry better, and beyond that, it gives it better penetrating power. You still have a big, sharp tip. You still have a nice thick blade, but now you have, with a tapered spine, the ability to go in and out much easier without losing a whole lot here, making it a fragile, bendable tip. This is a very, very nicely done tip. It's just awesome. I mean, somebody had to design it. So gosh, it's just nice. Everything about it. And the good thing about having a swedge taper rather than a sharpened taper on the spine is you can still use it as your camp knife and get things done like batoning if you're out with a blade only and you're not carrying your 50 different types of steel, your hatchets and your small knives and your this and that. No, this is going to be your one all do. This is going to be your camp knife, your kitchen knife, your killet knife, your defense knife, and it will be your defense knife if needed if you get attacked by a bear or Bigfoot at the ATM. You never know when they're going to come at you. So this thing is a beast. I mean, this is pretty much one of those enough said type things. Let's just get it out and split some wood. All right, so foist things foist. Ooh, strong knife. So let's do the old aluminum can challenge. We're just gonna give it a good swat. Ooh. That thing was pure and simple. All right, so I got a couple pieces of those to pick up. So yeah, it was. Sorry, I always use that finger. So it's developed. I'm sorry. Wait. Why was it developed? It's developed as like an ultimate cowboy tool, right? This is the thing where, you know, some guy's on his horse and he's going out and he's taking a week and he needs one blade that's going to be able to cover everything. He's going to need to be his axe and his cooking knife and his this, that, and this knife. It's going to be his everything tool wrapped up in one package. So it has to be right. It has to be big, rugged. You have to be able to take a boar down as easily as you would, you know, dissect a worm, pretty much. I mean, it's got to be able to do it all. And this thing covers all the freaking bases. I'm big, guys. And this knife, I mean, you could just see how big it is. It is amazing. Sits perfectly on the hip. Here would be my seat. You can see where my knee is. So it has a good length for a nice heavy draw. Ooh, this thing is awesome. Let's do some 4-foot drops, 4 feet from the tip to the stump. We can pretty much let you hear the thud. Oh, wow, that tapered front absolutely bites. That is just a straight drop. And you can see the line right there. That's how far that thing dug in. Speaking of dug in, let's do a couple hard downward throws. Oh, the tip hit here and just dug out my stump. I need a new stump. There we go. Oh, golly, this thing is in there. Oh, I wound up on that one. Oh my gosh, this is a huge stump. That's a huge stump. That's a big stump, and this thing was so in there. So in there, it just lifted the stump. No bending, no twisting, no deformities here. Nothing loosened from vibrations. And it's not going to. This thing is just awesome. There's a bunch of little critter eggs or bug eggs or something like that. And I can just use it to dissect those so they don't grow. Awesome. I mean, that was awesome. Wow. This thing's a beast, man. I'll tell you what, Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery, chasing 5,000. Man, this knife you would have a blast with, ma. Ooh. Oh crap, I just dropped them all inside this. The stump is falling apart every time I cut something with. Look at this. Oh, the Scandinavian Prince, Woodsman's Knives channel. He would love this thing. This is his kind of knife. This thing right here, guys, there are so many people out here that would just take this in their hand and say, oh yeah, this is the stuff. I mean, this is the stuff. I freaking am loving this knife. I mean, every single thing about it, just putting in your hand. That was right through the steel belt. Did you hear that click? Let's make sure. Let's see if there's any damage from the steel. That wasn't in the sidewall. I went through here, which is literally right here. You can see the cut. and it went click on the steel belt. You see any steel belt marks on there? On that edge? That edge should have had a little grind mark or something. It should have something. Nothing. How? That's steel belted right there. And it cut into one of them because this is the angle I went. Holy crap. This thing is an absolute terror. This thing's a beast. Now, I talked about swedged rather than sharpened and why, blah, 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 blah. Let's baton with it. Even though my baton is wet and already breaking, we should have still a pretty good go. Oh my gosh, it's just splitting the wood like an axe. Okay, so right now we're inside this giant knot right here. We're just gonna see if we can't hammer straight through it. Ooh, I'm having a hard time holding my wood here. It's so wet. Everything's slimy. But guess what's not slimy? The G10 grip. Oh, no. These G10 scales, even in the wet nastiness, these things are just holding on a good grip. And man, it needs it. It needs it. Good thing there's a good hammer end on here because I'm going to use it. Yeah, like I have to worry about that. We are literally halfway through this giant knot. And, oh, man, that was serious. There's this big knot right here. There was this knot right here I didn't even see in there. Then there was this knot right here. Cut through all three of them. All three. Gosh. This knife is beautiful, guys. I mean, it's like, you know, when you're watching cartoons and the pretty lady walks by and the wolf working construction goes, "Arr!" That's how pretty this knife is. It's really, really good looking. And beyond that, it works. Oh my gosh. This thing is incredible. You know we got to do some chopping, obviously. But before we do that, we're just going to throw it into this wheelbarrow. Because, you know, well, why wouldn't we? All right, here we go. I went through the hardest part of the wheelbarrow, right through the sidewall. Look at all that bending and twisting that never happened. Look at all that edge damage that isn't there. No, this thing's awesome. This thing is awesome. Let's see. Got one of the dogs looking for critters back here. Looking guilty. Let's see if we can't just take down some of this stuff. Woo! Easy peasy. I mean, that's easy cutting, but still, I mean, it's like not even knowing it's cutting. Look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Just unstoppable. Unstoppable. A little 1-inch forestry right there. Just a little baby one, little dangler. Bam. Unstoppable. Let's pull out one of these sycamores. Nice piece of hardened wood here. And see if what we can do with that. That's hard. That's hard. You hear that? That's a good stiff wood. Wow. And this knife is making it look like a pine tree. Holy mackerel. Wow. Do you guys see that? Oh. There was a knot right there. Cut into it and cut it away. See that dark spot? That's all knot right there. But this knife simply doesn't care. Concerned Aussie over in Australia. He deals with a lot of hard woods. Oh, he would love this thing. He would love this thing. Woo! Man, we need to do more. We need to do more. This thing's fun. This thing is fun. Whoa! Everything about it. It's just, woo! Oh, I am absolutely digging this thing. You know what we didn't do? You know what we didn't do, and I think we could take the time to do it right now. Let's see if we can. Let's see. Try to. Here we go. Here we go. just shaving such light pieces off of there. It's like papery stuff. Let's see. I'm going to do the double finger. And, oh man. I'm going to try to keep them on there. Problem is I got a tapered end here on the stick, so it's getting to the end and just losing them. And I'm floating in the air. I bet if I put it down, we'll get some better ones. I really need to do a better job of that. All right, let's get that off of there. And wow. So can it be your do all, your one all, your do all? Man, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Wow. This thing is nice. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This thing is just nice. Oh my God. Tent spikes, pit spikes, arrows, spears, you know, like fishing spears. Golly. You got, I mean, if you got to make a spear for boars or any kind of, like, you got some black bear roaming around or some mountain lion or whatever, and you need to make some kind of pikes or spears, I mean, that's just one of the very easy tasks this knife is going to blow through. Wow. Just power. Power. Pow, pow, power makes them go. I don't even know what the Power Wheels commercial, that's what that was. Why is that in my head a lot of years ago? All right, so let's do some of this over here. I'm all stumbling and bumbling and tripping on things, but it's okay because we are stumbling and bumbling together. Wow, I have this gripped at the end and it just feels so good. Look at this thing bite. Gosh. Taking half swings here, just from the elbow. And look at this. It's absolutely decimating this tree. Look at this. I mean, just bam, bam, bam. Constant destruction. Everything it touches, I mean, pieces just flying off. Golly. This tree is, I don't know, what is that, an 8-inch tree? I could chop it down with this. Will I get some sore triceps? Absolutely. But will it come down? Absolutely. Let's see, going right hand, swinging off hand, off angle, and the edge geometry is just working. It's just working. Gosh. Golly. I mean, foo, man, that is sweet. I am so glad that this was requested to be done because, whew, man, designing this knife was a joy for me because I knew what it was going to be. I knew. As soon as I started making the lines, I said, I know exactly where this is going. And I mean, the Kukri House just never fails me. They just never fail me. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to do. When I send them something, they take a look at it and it's like our minds are together. You know what I mean? It's like we're like one person. And they absolutely knock it out of the freaking park. This thing, wow, it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It's big. It's bad. It's nasty. Let's see this tip. I'm getting in there so we can get out chunks like that. I mean, just tearing straight through, making a big hole in there, and I missed one. But oh my goodness, gosh, this thing, I mean, it's just making a huge cavity. We make holes in wood. It's just diving in and taking out every bit of wood that I want. Let's see. Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. So now let's take away all the bark on the outside. We can see what we did inside this hole. Here we go. Now we got to get out all the little pieces that I just put back in there. Wow. I mean, just awesome. Just awesome. I mean, I just dug that in there. You hear all that snapping and cracking and banging and popping? That's not the knife. No, no. Wow. That's not the knife making those noises. That's the tree. And I can prove it. Awesome. 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 I see one of the dogs. Speaking of awesome, where is the other one? It's awesome that I see him is what I mean, because normally he's gone somewhere. I don't know where Bigsby went to. Roscoe's the only one being good. He's looking at me. He's like, did you say good? I'm not used to hearing that. All right. Well, obviously, we're not done. Obviously, we still have something to do. Mama Shredder, get ready for this one. Oh, it was a first try in the making. I hit the top. I said, Mama Shredder, get ready for this one. Yeah, baby. First try. Golly, that's in there. Man. This thing is a thumper. It is a thumper. Kukri House in Nepal, home of dbad creations. They just absolutely beat the snot out of this one. It's just amazing. Bigsby! It is amazing. I am loving this knife. I mean, you see through steel belts, through wheelbarrows, you know, through the rubber tire itself, through wood and through extension cords, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Man, that there's a looker. Not so much right there though. So this guy is awesome. So it'll get on the site as soon as possible. But if you want one before it has a chance to get on the site, let me know. Contact me either here and ask me for an email. I'll send it to you. Get me on Facebook. If you want the art to send to them to say, look, I really want one, they will do it for you off the art, because they're going to know exactly what it is. They have everything already set up. Whew, guys, I mean, no matter how you hold it, it's just awesome. This thing is fantastic. Phenomenal job they did cutting this out, man. Hand hammered, hand ground, hand bezeled, hand sharpened, handmade. This thing is dope. All right, so that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Check out the Kukri House. Please check out the Kukri House. Until next knife.